Hello, everyone. Welcome to Patriots 3 Life, Liberty, Pursuit of Happiness. And here's your hosts, Tim, Tanya, and our guest, Matt Funicello. How you all doing tonight?
Great.
Swell.
I hear you on that. It's been kind of a slow afternoon for me as well. But ladies and gentlemen, just a quick reminder to give a like, share, and follow at Tim Holliday TV. That's TIMHOLLIDAY TV, no spaces. Tonight we're definitely going to be talking quite a bit about political leadership, integrity, and accountability. And speaking about good leadership, integrity, and accountability, I want to give my friend Kimberly Overton a shout out. She has this wonderful place called Remnant Healthcare. Yeah, she opened this up, and it's definitely something really good. So take your health back and visit remnanthealthcare.com. Or actually, let me find that link and I'll put it in the chat, and I'll put in the show description. Oh, it's remnanthealthcare.org. My apologies, folks. So something very peculiar, very interesting happened to me yesterday. Speaking about integrity or lack thereof, good old Facebook. Yeah, I think they shadow banned me. So what I mean is, my usual is I like to, go to every Wednesday, go to KHTS and share out politics in the pulpit. Yeah, I'm good friends with Pastor Jerry. And so I went at the usual time, around 2 p.m. Pacific, and didn't see the show. So here it is, 25 minutes later, I'm texting Jerry. I don't see it. I see it on YouTube, but I don't see it on Facebook. So what's going on? And so, Jerry said that he posted it on his page. And so I went to his personal page and it's there. Wait a minute. What's going on here? So the only thing my best guess is I'm officially shadow banned on Facebook. So folks, if you see this show anywhere, go ahead and share it out. I highly suggest the Rumble. We might be dropping a little bit of cussing tonight, so be prepared because our guest tonight.
Behavior, I promise.
Oh yeah. Our guest tonight, as you've seen, he's smoking a stogie right now.
Right on.
Right there in the picture.
Yeah.
Matt is a very awesome guy. I'm gonna drop a link in a few minutes here, but let me read off a little bit of this bio here. Matt is a Marine Corps combat veteran and former law enforcement officer from Southern California. He's an enthusiastic and passionate supporter of the Second Amendment and the entire Bill of Rights. Proud husband to his wife and father of 2 sons, Matt fights the survival of this great republic. And I'm going to add in of this great nation called the United States of America.
Wow. Semper Fi. I always want to say that.
Oh, wait a minute. Why is that still there? I need
Appreciate
that one there. There's Matt right there.
Is that where's that located, Matt? Where's that picture from?
I can't say.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Classified.
So I actually, speaking of politics in the pulpit, what was it? You were on Pastor Jerry's show last week, right?
Right.
And so I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to cuss at Pastor Jerry or anything like that, but I'm like, this dude's a badass. I need him on my show. And I'm calling Jerry, and I'm like, hey, well, I talk to Jerry after his show like every week anyway, and I'm like,
yeah,
Jerry, I need this guy's number. I want him on my show next week. Yeah. So definitely listen to politics in the pulpit every Wednesday on KHTS at 2 p.m. Pacific. Pastor Jerry does come up with a lot of good things, a lot of good content, and he has a lot of good guests covering politics in California and around our nation. And we definitely are going to be doing that tonight as well. So there's a lot that we're going to be talking about when it comes to the political integrity and such. Let me drop another link in the chat here as well. Oh, I forgot to put Kimberly in there. Whoops. For the Remnant Healthcare. It was sitting in there, but I forgot to press enter.
Oops,
so Matt,
I hate when that
you were
happens.
with the Red State for a little bit, correct?
Yeah. I think my last article was probably 6-7 months ago. It's basically, my public divorce from the Republican Party, joining the Libertarian Party.
Oh, so there's the website there up on screen, but I went ahead and dropped the link into the chat, and I'll put it in the show description for the audio listeners. But yeah, so you'll see right there toward the bottom there about that. So
Red State, honestly, it's a great organization. The journalists on there are phenomenal people. The managing editor, Jennifer Van Laar, she brought me on. That I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, I've heard Jennifer Van Laar. Was it Jennifer Oliver O'Connell, I believe is her name. She's a wonderful person as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good people, but libertarians. The best way I describe libertarians are Republicans on steroids. That's the best way I can describe. And the reason I say that is because the Constitution is always referred to with libertarians, to where you seldom hear that with Republicans.
Right. Well, you seldom hear it ever.
Well, and again, that was my core premise on why I became a libertarian. I was so sick and tired, and Tim, you probably heard this before. I was so sick and tired of hearing these campaign promises by the Republicans. They're like, "Oh, we support guns. We're going to do all kinds of pro-gun stuff, and this, and that," and they never do. And particularly this administration so far, have proposed, either by policy or intended legislation, that are questionably constitutional. And I say that with a grain of salt. And I'm like, I take umbrage with that, because it's, I've always been a constitutional conservative, first and foremost, then a Republican, because I've always, the Republicans were weak on the Constitution. Now, there are strong Democrats, 100%, but they are weak for Republicans, and libertarians, as batshit crazy as they can be sometimes. And even too, if you look at the Libertarian Party's platform, it does sound kind of crazy. They go to a quote unquote extreme on some end. So like, you have to sign a pledge of like basically non-military force, and I'm kind of wobbly on that one, because I'm like, I do think sometimes it's appropriate to be offensive with your military, but to the core premise, I have changed my views when it comes to that. Like, I think we should, bring it back home a little bit. But yeah.
Oh, I agree, as far as bringing it back home to the Constitution as it was written, not some loose translations that someone tries to come up with.
They always do that.
As it was written. I
agree.
Had a wonderful show with attorney Brad Dacus. We talked about how people are more so in California, creating laws that are unconstitutional because it's harming children. And that's against the California Constitution, for that matter. And so these lawmakers need to be very well questioned and put behind bars, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Well, here's another thing and most people don't understand this, is that every state, when they draft their constitution, it has to ratify, it has to go along the federal constitution. They have to abide by it and swear allegiance to it. So California makes no mention of the Second Amendment in their constitution. Zero.
Yeah, figures.
They are in violation of the federal constitution, because they are supposed to have it in there. So in order to be admitted into the union, they have to abide by that.
Yeah.
Right. But California likes to make up their own rules as they go. Right.
That's the way it feels. I mean, both of you are in California.
Yeah.
Do you remember that assemblyman? I think it's like Reggie Sawyer or something like that. Like 12 or so years ago, he said it in the committee meetings. Like, we're from California. We pass stuff. We don't care if it's constitutional. We'll pass it anyways.
Yes,
right.
I remember that.
Very true.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yep.
I remember that.
Or they pass it and don't implement it. That's what they do too. They pass stuff and then they never implement it. And I'm like, what the heck is the purpose of doing that? Makes no sense.
Right.
Well, they do it. There's two reasons why they do that, and it's very strategic. It's smart, but it's evil at the same time.
Right. It is evil.
If you do a little bit, if you look at the average federal judge on the circuit court or the court of appeals, on average, a
Hmm.
federal judge has 12,000 cases in front of them.
Damn, that's a lot.
And that's because states like California will pass these laws. They don't care if it's constitutional. They know for a fact it's
Right.
going to get challenged in court, but they don't care
Right.
because it's going to take years to
Right.
work itself through the courts.
Yeah,
And
it's
That's
by
so
that time,
backlogged.
it's too late.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. That's just terrible.
Yeah, it
Terrible.
is.
So there's
Well, and Newsom's the worst. Okay, sorry. Just saying.
yeah.
I don't know. There's people trying to contend for that position right now.
Right? Well,
I'm
the
not
whole
a
thing
fan.
with Eric Swalwell, yeah, looks like he's completely out for sure. So I'm glad about
Right.
that. But I mean,
Ruben Gallego might be next.
but I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so Eric resigns. What happens to him? Where's the accountability behind that? Out of all honesty, I mean,
There's no
what?
accountability.
Does he get a little bit?
So, again,
Does he get like a little bit of mental therapy and then let go? I mean, this guy should be behind bars.
Right.
This is Cash Patel, so take it for a grain of salt. But he promised an investigation, but he already is under criminal investigation in New York and in LA County as well. Because one of the rapes that were alleged happened in LA County, and the sheriff's department is investigating it.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
so
Good.
So he
who's the
could
sheriff there?
go to either federal pound me in the butt prison or state pound me in the butt prison. One of the two, or
Thanks.
both maybe. Really great.
Who's the current
See, I'm
sheriff there?
doing
And
a very good job of watching them out.
I appreciate that. But yeah, who's currently sheriff there in LA County?
Is it
Robert
McDonald?
Luna.
Oh, Luna.
Oh,
That's
Luna.
right.
No,
Okay,
Robert
okay.
Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I guess
He
there's a
actually
Yeah.
is a giant piece of you know what. He
Okay.
actually went after me for an article I wrote in Red State because
What?
I wrote an article that covered one of the mobile range explosions um, that killed a deputy in LA County. And I had the security footage, the security video footage of part of it,
Right.
and I put that in an article.
Yeah.
He went after me illegally because as a former employee, my records were sealed by a judge, by a court order that the only
Right.
person who could open them is the sheriff with my permission and knowledge. And
Damn.
my information is not public.
Wow.
They contacted me through my wife's cell phone. Their internal
Oh my
affairs
God. How
department did.
scary.
I asked
That'd be
them,
so
how do you
scary.
get my wife's phone number? Because that's not public. That's only in my
No.
files. They're like, well, you know, they gave you some like back and forth. I'm like, no, bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You
I
have
call
elite,
bullshit.
sorry, you have elite access to my files.
Mhm.
Wow.
So was that Luna or McDonald
Luna.
that went? Luna. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they tried to get rid of him, I thought, a few times.
McDonald was here, and Villanueva took over from McDonald, and then Luna took over from Villanueva.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
Now
Yeah, I
that we got
remember
that.
And
straight.
McDonald was
Villanueva
the chief
there.
police for LAPD.
And I
Yeah.
guess there's a current race going right now for electing a new sheriff, and I guess Villanueva's running, and then there's a few others. There's one gentleman that
Yeah,
Pastor Jerry had
Villanueva.
on.
There's that guy. I don't know much about him. I know a little bit about him. I'm not going to repeat any of that, but I don't think
Right.
he has a chance. There's Villanueva. There's a former captain, Mike Bjorman. He's
Okay.
running. He's actually doing really good in the polls. And I think there's another guy running too, besides the Villanueva and Mike. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's
So
4 total.
definitely, find a good constitutional sheriff, because as we've learned through the
Yeah.
pandemic, or pandemic as I call it,
Yeah.
shitty situation that
You can hope for a constitutional sheriff, but you're not going to get one anymore because the board of supervisors have negated that.
Wow.
They put forth so when Villanueva was still sheriff, they proposed a ballot initiative for LA County that would allow the county board of supervisors to fire an elected sheriff as they see fit. So
Wow.
it was, and that was blatantly unconstitutional. They can't do that, but they got
Right.
it on the ballot and it passed.
Right.
So you can get whatever sheriff you want, but if the county board of supervisors doesn't like you, they'll fire you.
Yeah, you're out. Yeah. What about the
Yeah, they have
feds
that
that
legal
came
power
in?
now.
Didn't the
Huh?
feds come in and arrest like Baca, the other the sheriff, and the under sheriff, the other guy, for some kind of
Up in Tanaka. Yeah.
that's it. Thank you. I couldn't think of his
Wow.
name. Yeah.
They were under federal investigation when they were still on when Baca was still sheriff.
Hmm.
Him and Tanaka were both under federal investigation. Baca and Tanaka both retired, basically, but they
Yeah.
resigned. Um, and then Tanaka ran for sheriff while he was under federal investigation, and it didn't work out for him because he was
No.
equally as corrupt.
I think they went to jail actually, right? Didn't I think
He did.
Baca went to
Yeah.
jail for a few years, 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's out now because he's got Alzheimer's.
Dementia or something. Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
I don't know if Tanaka is still in prison. I don't know.
I don't know about him either. But they were threatening federal investigators, right? Is that how they ended up getting caught
Yeah,
up?
so basically what happened was it was the inmate abuse scandal. The FBI had an informant in the jails
Right.
and they didn't tell
Right.
Baca and they didn't tell Tanaka about it.
Right.
Baca and Tanaka found out about it, and then without telling the feds, they fucking sorry.
Snatched
They
him.
yanked
Okay.
this
Yeah.
guy out.
Yep.
They yanked this guy out. They messed with him. They screwed around with him.
They hit him
And
somewhere.
yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's unconstitutional.
Yeah.
You think? Definitely.
Yeah. So we got to bring things back home to the Constitution. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
everybody,
If
you
we
know,
don't,
takes
we
this
don't
oath of
survive.
office.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I took an oath of office because I sub public office.
Mhm.
You know, I do my best to serve the Constitution by all
Right.
means and to the best of my knowledge. You know,
Yeah,
if it's,
and Tucker Carlson, to his credit,
Yeah.
I think he was on Sean Ryan,
Probably.
about 5 or 6 months ago, and I agree with this assessment. He said the country's at a fork in the road. We have two ways forward. We can
Right.
either vote ourselves out of the problem, or we can shoot ourselves out of the problem. And
Right.
he said, and I tend to believe him, we're never going to vote ourselves out of the problem. It's going to come down
Right.
to another civil war.
Right. Yep.
If you were to talk to me 10, maybe 15 years ago, I would say plausible. It's always plausible. It happened before. It could always happen again.
Right. Right.
Now, it's possible, leaning towards problem.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
he's
they-
against the war too, and he's very much against it. Most of us are against it, right?
well, I mean, with the
Okay.
voting, I still, you know, even if there's hand counting, it's still
Mhm.
fed through a machine that ultimately
Right.
does the count. And it
Right.
takes a while, quite a while in court hearings, like, you know, we just heard, you know, how that can get stacked behind a bunch of other hearings. That,
Yeah.
you know, the machine is winning currently. I don't care if you have
And it can
voter
be
ID or not. I mean, I have voter ID here in the state of Missouri, but it still goes through a stinking machine.
Yep.
So we need to get back to hand counting. Get rid of
And
the
showing
machine.
an ID, maybe like an ID or something, huh?
No, not maybe, definitely. That needs to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We
again,
always
that's another failure. That's another failure I see on the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Because, and I said this on the radio too. Look, yes, it is the Republican Party's failure first and foremost because they control the House, they control the Senate.
Right.
They can get this
Right.
passed if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
They can do
Right.
that. However, the reason why I blame Trump is because Trump as president is the head of the Republican Party. It's not the chairman.
Right.
While he's president, he is the head of the Republican Party. So by default, he is the one who needs to lead this charge. And he's too busy
Yeah.
sending out mean tweets to people he doesn't like. Instead, he needs to be like, hey, the SAVE Act needs to pass. It needs to pass now. Do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, That's what needs to happen, because voter ID,
Yeah.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why I need an ID to buy a gun. I need an ID
Right.
to rent a car, to drive a
Yeah.
car,
Right.
to all this stuff.
Right.
Everything you need to do, fly. I need an ID to fly. So why
You can't even
can't
go to
we
the
have an ID?
doctors without an ID, right?
Yeah.
You need an
Right.
ID
So
for everything, literally.
there's no premise. The liberal excuse like, oh, it disenfranchises minority voters. Are you calling them stupid now? Because if you talk to these quote unquote minority voters, they all have ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's free. Doesn't cost you any money. So
Hmm.
how are we saying it disenfranchises minority voters? It doesn't. It's a load of BS.
So
Yeah,
I'm
it
in a
is.
wheelchair and I still go out to the polling place to cast a physical vote. I
You
qualify for the
further my
absentee
point.
ballot,
Right.
but I don't use it because I
And
am,
here's another thing about the absentee ballot. When I was in Iraq,
yeah.
I didn't get
Hmm.
to vote. I never got a ballot. When I was in
Wow.
my second tour in Iraq, I was there from 2004 to 2005, the Bush re-election election. I never got to vote. We never
Oh,
got
yeah.
ballots. I didn't get to vote.
Wild.
So don't tell me like the military should be the priority when it comes to absentee vote
Yeah,
or
I
absentee vote.
agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree. Yeah.
absolutely. Because they're
But as
defending
far
our
as
nation for this matter.
Yeah.
yeah, and that needs to be reformed too, because like I said, in 2004, I didn't get to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Probably
Wow.
every minority illegal immigrant got to vote, though. But not you, Matt.
Totally possible.
Sorry. Sorry. Just telling it like it is.
Well, I mean, speaking about that, the DMV, where non-U.S. citizens can get a driver's license in the state of
Right.
California, can easily
Right.
just check this little tick box. Do you want to register to
Yep,
vote?
Yeah.
it's automatic.
And they
You don't even
want
have to check
that.
the box anymore. It's automatic now.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
A few years ago, California passed a law that non-citizens can be a police officer.
Oh,
And
really? I didn't know that.
San Francisco was actually one of the first cities to hire on as such.
I didn't
They
know
have
that.
LA County. They're called DACA deputies.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
There's, I
DACA.
believe there's 6 now. There's 6 deputies now on the sheriff's department, and it's weird that they allow that, because state and federal law both prohibit it, because you're not
Yeah.
allowed to own a gun if you're here illegally, or if you're
Right.
not. Yeah, if you're here illegally, you can be a legal resident and
Yeah.
have a green card. You can buy a gun. That's fine. But
Right.
because they're not allowed to take their guns home. They're not allowed to have their gun unless they are on duty. And if they
Damn.
have to go to training, they have to give up their gun. That gets transported to their training, and then they can get it back. So
Damn.
they're doing
Wow.
workarounds at the state level to see if they can't, because they're sworn peace officers now. They're entitled to carry a gun off
Right.
duty. Legally,
Right.
can. But legally, they can't.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So that's
what are you
kind
guys
of a
doing?
loophole.
LAPD,
Yeah.
what we do now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Wow. What's going on in California?
This thing
I
called
don't
the
know. We suck.
Constitution keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's chipping away, unfortunately,
As-
across our nation. Because the way I say it is, it's like the bad parts of California, vomited all over the nation, and it's affecting every single major city across our nation. And I see it. I see it.
Vomited.
This isn't very liberal, but if you're a blue state liberal from California and you move to a red state, you shouldn't be able to vote.
Yeah.
I want
Don't take your
reparations.
liberal idea and bring it to another state.
Me too, Tim. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
want
crazy.
reparations for everyone who voted Democrat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just joking, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, that's sometimes I feel that way. I mean, we see it all over the place with a lot of different things. I mean, California's gas taxes alone is just
God, they're killing us, Matt. Huh?
Okay,
absolutely.
speaking of that,
Jeez.
there was an article. I don't know if it was CBS, but it came out not too long ago. It was probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. They did a
Mhm.
study, and it shows that Exxon makes 20 to 30 cents per gallon of gas profit. The state
Wow.
takes the most money out of it.
Couple
They make a
dollars.
couple dollars worth between the, yeah. So between the state government and the federal government, when it comes to taxes and fees,
They're
the
killing
oil
us.
companies don't even make, they don't make profit off of their, I mean, they do, but it's 20 to 30 cents.
It's minimal. Yeah,
per gallon,
minimal.
not dollars,
Hmm.
per gallon. So they're really
Right.
not making a lot of money. The state is making all the money, but they're not admitting to it.
Yeah. And they're not doing anything to help us. Our roads still look like crap, and we still have traffic everywhere. There's no emergency lanes on half these. There's no lighting. I mean, it's just terrible.
So
California
do you,
ranks dead last. Whatchamacallit? Not Cal. What's a public works in California?
Caltrans. Caltrans.
Yeah,
Caltrans.
there you go. Caltrans
Hmm.
is dead last in the nation for project completion and over
Oh my
budget.
God.
They
I'm
are
telling you, I
never
know.
on budget. Yeah, they are never on budget and they never finish on time. They are the
Nope.
worst in the nation.
They are.
wow.
They are.
All right, I'm doing a quick comparison with gas prices in Los Angeles, California versus rural America, Missouri.
Okay.
Oh,
California.
no, please don't. No, it's gonna hurt too much.
It was $8.50 a gallon on my way home from work, you guys. $8.50. I'm like,
Dang.
what in the heck?
I can tell you,
So I'm seeing that one gas station is $4.99 a gallon in Los Angeles.
There is. It's like $5.69 everywhere I've seen. I can't
Now
even
here,
find for it.
so
here in rural
out here
America,
where I
Missouri
live,
is
it's roughly
3.43.
5.5.
How much is
Five and a half.
Wow.
But that's at Sam's Club and Costco. The
it? Okay,
average
yeah.
price of gas is roughly around 6.5,
Hmm.
6.50, and then
Right.
diesels are around $7 or $8 a gallon.
Yeah, it was $8 today, diesel. But Tim, how much was it in Missouri?
Uh,
Three
343.
something?
343.
They're killing us over here, Matt.
God.
That's
Oh,
my
at like
God.
3 different gas stations. I'm no joke. You can
Three
look it up.
43.
I got to tell you, I am not ashamed to admit it, but I bought a Tesla a little over a year and a half ago because I still
Don't
have it,
blame
so
me.
I'm still a man, but I do have my Dodge 2500. But
Okay.
Okay.
because when I was involved in politics, so I was a couple of years ago, I was the executive director for the LA County Republican Party, and
Oh,
I had to do
awesome.
a lot of driving, and I did that in
Yeah.
my 2500. So I was
Yeah.
putting $400 or $500 worth of gas on my truck a month
Wow.
and
Right.
driving
Yeah.
on
It's
it.
expensive.
So I'm like,
Hmm.
I can't do that.
Yep. It's expensive to fill up that tank. Shoot.
30
I mean,
gallons,
with
it's a lot.
the petroleum prices, when
Hmm.
they're up, the rest of everything else, goods and services, food, everything goes up.
Everything's up.
Yeah. Well, they just killed us by
Everything's up.
going to doing this war thing. That just killed us all because the gas went up again, right? I mean, here it did locally. It went up again.
And
Everything went up.
yeah.
Everything's been expensive.
But I mean, we've had a couple of shows.
supportive.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Mhm.
Matt. You're not supportive?
Yeah.
I'm not supportive of what we're doing in Iran. I'm really not.
No,
And
I'm not either.
that's a deep dive for another episode if you want. But
Okay.
you could I would agree that if you want to make the case and take it in
Mhm.
front of Congress and declare
Mhm.
war on Iran, you could make that case, and I would support it. I would support it. And that would make it constitutional. But also, it would
Correct.
do one other thing, and I'd like to point this out, that currently, right now, what we're doing in Iran militarily, take the
Mhm.
legality out of it. It's very
Yeah.
limited because we haven't declared war. So the rules of
Right.
engagement are tighter and
Mhm.
we're restricted. If you declare
Right.
war, that's unrestricted warfare. You can use
Right.
everything in your arsenal at any time, any place across the globe to prosecute targets of Iranian nature.
Right.
So make that case. Because if you
Yeah.
declare war, you're doing it the right way legally, but also too,
Mhm.
you're opening up rules of engagement so we can prosecute the
Right.
war quicker and more efficiently and get our people home.
Right.
That
That's
should
what I
be
don't like to
fair.
see. Mhm.
Yeah.
I saw
So
some
this
planes get shot down, and I don't like it.
so would this be
Not a fan.
considered a
Yeah.
conflict?
Hmm.
What's that?
It'd be conflict.
Would this be considered a conflict?
I mean, you would
Yeah.
call it like a regional war as far as like military is concerned. It's a conflict because you're using a lot of resources. I mean, it's mainly an air
Right.
campaign, obviously, because we're not going to put, well, not yet, troops on the ground. But
Hopefully
that
we
is
don't.
logistically a really hard task, considering also the region around it. Like, England's not letting us use their bases for flights into Iran. A lot of other countries are doing it, so we have to
Right.
fly longer and farther. B-2s are now flying out of Diego Garcia or Whitman, Missouri, and those
Right.
missions can go up to 40 hours. They're in the air for 40 hours at a time.
Wow.
Damn.
So,
That's a
um,
long
yeah,
day.
it's a conflict, but at the end of the day, we're prosecuting a war because it's an air war, but it's also a sea war. We sunk some ships over by Sri Lanka with a submarine. I mean,
Right.
that's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's
Yeah.
cool. We haven't done that since World War II, but we're still doing it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like an entire episode to have. Yeah, on Tuesdays with John Valle, we do cover quite a bit about the Iranian war or conflict, and we just to keep people up to date on what's going on.
Mhm. Yeah.
What's being
But why,
used
I
and
mean,
who's all out there.
why did we go to war though? Why did we go to war? Does anybody know? Because I'm not even sure
I
why
mean,
we went
not
there.
anymore. It's so convoluted.
Yeah, it's very
When we
complicated.
first started striking, it's hey, they're about to have obtain a nuclear weapon imminently within the next couple of months, couple of weeks.
Right,
And
right,
when he said that, I was like, hey, dude, I thought 8 months ago we destroyed their nuclear ability. What went wrong?
right.
And and then it became kind of like, oh, it's a regime change, kind of, because airstrikes are gonna help out the protest on the ground, and they're gonna usurp their government, and yada yada yada. I'm like, that's never gonna happen. It's never gonna
Mm-mm.
happen. Not in Iran. It's not gonna happen, and
No,
it's not.
no,
Um, but
no.
to me, it sounded very much, very much the same as the WMD excuse we went into Iraq for, because it was, if you look, Benjamin Netanyahu since the 90s has been saying that Iran is X amount of time away from a nuclear bomb. So for the
Yeah,
last 30 years, he's been saying
yeah,
they're about to have a nuclear bomb.
right.
So
Every 5 minutes.
yeah, and
Unreal.
again, we said the same thing about Iraq. Like they've got WMD program, they got weapons of mass destruction. Hey, I
Right.
was there for the invasion. Nope,
Hmm.
didn't
Yep.
find a thing. We found
Right.
nuclear sites or like weapon sites, but there was nothing as far as weapons or components or anything like that. It was gone.
Wow.
He had one
Wow.
at one point in time. He did have a nuclear program, but he got rid of it long before we got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So are we fighting Israel's battles right now? Is that what's happening or what's happening, Matt?
I tend to believe that. Yes,
Yeah, I tend
I
to believe it
have.
too. What about you? Hmm.
I look. I support Israel's right to exist, 100%. If they
Right.
want to fight a war, that's their business.
Prerogative.
Go
Yeah,
right ahead.
you do it.
I
That's
supported
on
it
you.
after Hamas attacked them. I'm like, lay waste, glass parking lot, kill them all, do it.
Yeah.
I support it.
Yeah.
But a couple years after that, a year or two later, we're still seeing Israel's going all across the region, attacking everybody and anybody. It's like, you guys are going a little too far, and why are we doing
Yeah.
it for you?
Yeah. We don't need to
And
be.
what we're doing in Ukraine
Hmm.
and all that, like we're not doing
Yeah.
any good here. I don't think so.
No,
Right.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, the whole thing with the Ukrainian-Russian war or conflict,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
this NATO that's been, creeping up and knocking on Russia's back door for
Right.
since the 90s, actually.
Right.
And
We
that
violated
should have
our
never
agreement
happened.
we made with Russia. That
Yeah.
the Ukrainian war is on us, in my belief.
Okay.
We made an agreement with Putin that we would not expand NATO on his western borders, and we expanded NATO on his western borders.
Uh,
So, am I defending Russia's invasion of Ukraine? No. I can understand
no.
why they're doing it though, because
Yeah.
Right.
we reneged on our agreement with them, and
Right.
we have, if again, probably a topic for another show because we can take a deep dive in there. But
Right. Right.
historically, we have reneged on deals with Russia. They don't trust us. They
Hmm.
came out of their trust bubble after 9/11, and they told us like, "Hey, we know Afghanistan. We were there for 10 years. We can help you out."
Right.
And
Right.
we told them to F off. We can do it ourselves. So they don't want to help us, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for the lack of trust either. And
Yeah, that's
everyone
stupid.
needs to remember that the Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union at one point
Right,
before
right.
it
That was
split off.
Oh,
years ago. Yeah,
So
it's
absolutely.
not a new.
But
Mhm.
again, I don't. It's not our fight. It's not our war. Putin's
Correct.
not stupid. He's not going to take over Ukraine and then decide to go further west. He wants his security bubble. That's his security
Yeah,
bubble.
yeah,
And again, I'm not
right.
excusing him for it. I'm not saying that he should have done it. But again, those are the reasons why he's doing it. It's not because he's some mad dictator. I mean, he
Right.
could be, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
but I mean, those
Just
bio
for
labs there in
just for the viewers out
Ukraine.
there, I am not pro Russia. I'm not like supporting Russia. I'm just
No, I
saying.
know. Yeah,
No,
no,
we
that
totally
makes
hear
sense.
and understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I get
Loud and
you.
clear.
Mhm, I
Yes,
get you.
you don't blame Russia, but you're not like supporting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally get what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
If
You're a
you want, like,
patriot, you know?
if
Mhm.
we can Monday morning quarterback this and like what if everything, but like my what ifs, like we made the wrong decision in 1972. We should have, instead of going to China, we should have gone to Russia and we should have made deals with them. We should have made deals with
Oh,
them. We would have seen a massive European renaissance and
yeah,
a possible fall of the Soviet Union long before, or we can see what they did in China when China, embraced more capitalistic approaches. They're still communist, government.
yeah, right.
They could have done that. And I got to tell you, we would have built a better trust with Russia and it would have served us way better in the long term.
Right. Yeah. So now we're just reporting to what's his name from Israel. Supposedly Trump's calling them every day about this war, and I'm thinking,
Oh,
what the heck?
Netanyahu.
That's
Yeah,
yeah, I can never say his name. You
Yeah.
know who I mean. Hmm.
Just
Whatever.
BB for short. That's fine.
Yeah, I can never say it. You
right.
know that guy in Israel. Why are we reporting to him? Really?
Hey, you see that
No,
guy? Yeah. F that guy.
him. I love that.
But yeah, I mean,
That's
from a lot of that I've seen, it does seem like he's calling Benjamin, not Netanyahu, is calling a lot of shots on
yeah. I agree. I agree.
kind of pulling the
Well, I mean,
reins on our
you're right.
military.
It's clear as day he's doing that because the our first, quote unquote ceasefire we made with Iran, we said, hey, we're not going to bomb critical infrastructure. We're not going to do any of this.
Hmm.
If you
Right.
agree to this, they said, yeah, sure. What did Israel do? 15 minutes later, they started bombing critical infrastructure. Like,
Yeah,
good. What are you doing,
So now
man?
they don't trust us as far as they could throw us.
yeah.
You know.
I can tell you for a fact, Israel has never trusted us. They are not our ally. They
No,
have
I don't. I agree.
subverted us at every turn. Telling you, the Mossad, they don't like us. They don't like us. I can't tell you where I know that information from, but I'm telling you, they don't like us.
I believe you would know. I think you would know, Matt. With your military background, you certainly would know. So yeah.
Well, it's not so much my military background. It's who I know that's still in a position where they can give me a little bit of information,
Okay.
but and I can't expand on that anymore. But
Right.
from what I've been told, Israel is not a real friend of the American people. They
No, I
have their
didn't think so
agenda,
either.
which is fine. They have their agenda,
Yeah.
um, but I don't want any part of it.
No, I don't either.
Again, to your point, Tim, we need to bring this back to the Constitution and start
Hmm.
repairing us at home. And
Yeah.
I don't want America. I don't want America first at this point. I want America only.
Yeah. Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. I like that. I like that. Because why does anybody else matter? Why are our service people being killed for no apparent reason? I do not understand. And if they put boots on the ground, I know a ton of people that are going to have to go. And I don't think it's right. I think we should get to vote on
Why
this.
are we still funding the Taliban? Why are we still paying the
Yeah.
Taliban $40 million a week?
Right.
Yes. What the hell's wrong
That
with
Can
doesn't
you
make
us?
answer
sense.
me that? Like, $40 million a week. That's 106. I don't do math. That's 160 a month, right? 160 million a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're looking at
That's a
a
lot of
metric
money.
shit ton of money going to the Taliban.
Yeah,
That money could be
why?
used for American veterans at home.
What about our veterans? Yeah,
Thousands of
yeah,
veterans. Like,
yeah,
well, I'm only saying that because I'm a veteran, so I'm kind of
yeah,
um, um,
Yeah, a
I
little
care a lot
partial to
about
that.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah,
that's
I'm
legit, right?
I'll admit that.
That's
I'm
legit.
biased towards veterans, but that amount of money, and again, with all of our foreign aid on top of that, now
Right.
all the homeless Americans, like you could do so much with that here.
Correct. I agree.
Again, America only. Bring that back. Bring the
Hmm.
Constitution back. Strict
Right.
adherence to the Constitution.
I like that. I
Well,
like
we
that
got
a
to
lot.
clear up the corruption in California before any of that happens. As we've
We can
seen,
never do that here.
there's all these, things for the homeless there in the state of California, and it's turned
There's a lack
scandalous.
of accounting. There's a lack of accounting, right?
It
Give
was
somebody
Operation
a
Room
grip of it.
Key, I think
Yeah,
it was
you
called.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
but
ridiculous.
you have to ask, like California, and you got to give credit to Tony Villar, for those who know Tony Villaraigosa's real name. Um, he
Yeah.
said it. He's like, "Hey, this isn't Trump's fault. Democrats have been ruling California for the last 20 years. Trump
Yeah,
didn't do
Yeah.
that. We did it."
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And the mayor of LA with that Karen Bass lady and all that. No, I haven't seen anything happen with all that money.
Mhm.
You can't
Nothing
hand
will.
somebody $40 million or $50 million or $100 million and don't ask for a statement that we can all see to know where that money is going. I want to know where every penny goes because it's our money.
Yeah.
It's
And
my tax
as we were
money,
talking
right?
about gas
California,
prices, we were talking about gas prices earlier, and we can only blame so much on this Iranian conflict because the gas
Right,
prices here has only gone up roughly 50 cents
right, right.
versus
It's
where you
all the
guys are.
state.
50 cents to a dollar, but still, to your point,
Yeah,
Yeah.
would take Iran war out of it.
yeah,
We are
Hmm.
still leading the nation in gas prices because
yeah.
the
Right.
state is greedy and they have successfully brainwashed their people into saying the oil companies are destroying us and we
Yeah.
should pay.
So I mean, two
Yeah.
different states, same president, different governors.
Right.
I just lay it out like that,
Exactly.
and that's
Well,
the
that
truth.
has something to do with it. I think
It's the truth of it. Yeah,
it is.
I was a major, I was a proponent as well as one of the people in the back trying to get rid of the governor in 2020 and 2021.
Right.
We
Me
got an
too.
I remember.
extension on that,
Yeah.
and that was a really hard thing to do. I was 13 hours a day volunteering for what was it, 18 months?
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
long time. Hmm.
I can only imagine how hard that was.
It was
Yeah. It's
yeah. I wake up with my tablet in my hand and going through all these different
hard.
things on there and going to bed the same way. I was lucky to have a
Right.
snack out of that vending machine.
You can attest to this too, Tim, but when I was the executive director for the LA GOP,
Yeah.
we went through, the donor list, right?
Yes.
And our
Right.
donor list was microscopic. All the big walleted, rich Californians who were Republican who donated money, they sent
Mhm.
that to RNC and to Trump. They don't spend their money here. And
Right.
again, this is why I'm critical on Trump is you need to tell your people, hey,
Mhm.
California can be saved. And
So
it can be
I
here's
hope.
saved if you do something about it.
the FPPC website for the state of California. It's the Fair Political Practice Committee, I believe is what FPPC stands for. And this is where you could find where all the money goes to, which politicians getting what, and as
Oh,
well as their spending. And it's
right.
wonderful
Right.
site. I already dropped it in the chat on accident, but I'll go ahead and make sure it's in the show description as well. And you can type in the candidate's name or the committee members or a committee name. So
Right.
whatever committee it may be, and I'll probably do a show sometime in the future. Call it Following the Money. And what Matt was referring to earlier was the RNC or the GOP in California is sending money over to the FEC, which is the
Mhm.
federal FEC.gov. So
Right.
and this is
The
nationwide.
top
So
donor
anybody,
from California, or I'm sorry, for LA County. In
yeah,
LA
Mhm.
County, Richard Grinnell was the top donor, and he sent all of his money to the RNC. He
Hmm.
spent no money to LA GOP. And to put it into perspective, if you were to go back to say like just the 90s, right? The LA
Yeah.
GOP would have at least $1 million in their bank account. In the 80s, several $1 million. When
Right.
when I was involved, we were lucky if we had $10,000.
Wow. That's
We are the
crazy.
largest we are the largest county Republican Party in the nation, and we
Yeah,
barely
that's
had
crazy.
20 grand.
So
And that was only if we were starting to raise money for a fundraiser we're taking
Yeah.
donations so we can put on a
Yeah.
good show and everything like that, which we did. Like we hosted a Tulsi Gabbard one time, and it was a
cool.
Oh,
really
that's
great
cool.
event. We
Mhm.
hosted a James O'Keefe, really good event.
Right on.
That'd be great.
But again, we struggled to raise money. We had to leave our office building in Encino because we couldn't afford the rent.
Wow.
Right.
The largest county Republican Party in the country couldn't afford their rent because Californian conservatives wanted to give their money to Trump instead of their local party. And this is why the Republican Party in California is failing so badly, or not failing, but they're struggling so badly because
Right.
the quality of the candidates that they're putting out, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, it's not very good. And because we don't have the money to properly recruit and fund these candidates. And so we get to, in my opinion, some of these not all, but some of these candidates should not be running for public office.
So I'm going to bring this back up on screen again. The FPP says website, and you can see how many people on the left-hand side here are running for governor.
Damn.
And this is all the parties. Wow. It's not just red.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's how many people that I highlighted on the screen on blue. I'll people can see it on the link that I share in the show description. But it's a lot.
That's crazy.
It's a lot. And
that is insane.
As we've talked about a couple of times earlier, is bringing things back home to the Constitution. And I only see two candidates there in the state of California that are doing that, and they're not Republican.
Nope.
And
who are they?
I'm just going to say it out loud like that. The two people that are up and running, they're so busy fighting against each other. And this looks like, some fights that we're seeing, like Candace Owens and what was it, Tim Pool. They're doing their battle, and while other things are going on the sidelines. California, while you're seeing Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco fight against each other and their teams. Oh yeah, so and so is endorsed by the president. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
What about the guys that are going to bring in the Constitution?
Right.
And the two guys I'm referring to is Daniel Mercury and Louis Herms. Those are the two that California should be paying attention to.
Do they have a shot? Do they have the shot? Do they have the money? Do they? No.
I mean, they are. Louis Herms is leading the no party preference, and Daniel Mercury is right behind him in the percentage points.
Okay.
As far as the overall in the collective, I don't know where they're sitting. And
no, they're
not good, Matt.
I'm not saying anything bad about them, but in the reality is, and this is just a harsh reality that we have all across the country. It's a two-party system, and California makes it extraordinarily hard because we have the jungle primary, and so but in this case it stands to actually work in our benefit because there's so many Democrats running. They're diluting the vote, and it'll put Bianco and Hilton into the general. And so that's why I'm saying, I am a registered libertarian. However,
exclamation point.
Stop attacking Bianco. Hilton needs to stop attacking Bianco. And the reason behind that is you're in the primary. You should both be lifting each other up, saying how good each other is, or how good each other is, and lambast the Democrats. Because as soon as you get into the general, go for it. Attack each other.
The interesting thing about the state of California is they have a law there to where two Republicans can be on the ticket for the primary.
Yeah, it's a jungle primary. It's a jungle primary. So and here's the kick in the crotch for that one. It was courtesy of the Republican Party who helped bring that along.
Wow.
My former state senator was one of the yay votes to make the jungle primary a thing.
Wow.
And we did it to ourselves. And
Yeah,
we got to stop doing that to ourselves.
it's a
And
little different.
and another thing, people think, people ask like, well, what good can a Republican governor do when the Democrats still control the Assembly and the Senate?
Yeah.
Not much. However,
Right.
Yeah.
Comma.
he's got the power veto. They can pass anything they want. He just holds on to it. He doesn't veto it. He just shoves it in his pocket and doesn't act on it. Nothing will get done until he's like, hey, I'm not signing this. I'm not gonna veto it. I'm not gonna sign it. Give me something better, or else
Right.
I'm gonna strangle the state.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to work with them for 4 years. They're gonna have to work with them.
Oh,
That a lot of damage can be done in 4 years, as we well know.
yeah.
So eventually, the Democrats are gonna have to work with them and get something done.
Now, hopefully, California can find a governor that will do such.
Yeah, I hope.
You know,
I hope so.
We don't need another camera happy, bouncy Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I mean, I swear that guy's on something or another, but
yeah, he does all this like kung fu fighting stuff. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Just talk normal, man. Just let us understand you. Yeah.
I was a DAR qualified on the sheriff's department. That's drug abuse, alcoholic recognition.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on the stuff. There's
Is
a
he?
lot of signs to indicate he's on the stuff.
it looks like he has some booger sugar going on.
Maybe he does, because I mean, he's been really crazy lately. The last few times I've seen him speak, he's just out of control. He looks like a crazy person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I move around,
his body gestures, his movements.
So I like to move around.
Yeah, I have ADHD too. I think we all do, but
Right?
but that's a different thing. That's a total different thing. He's like just off the charts, right?
Yeah.
I think he's off the charts. He really is. And he thinks he's untouchable, which is even scarier, right?
Yeah.
You don't want somebody that thinks they're
And he kinda
untouchable. I know.
Yeah,
he's been getting away with everything.
Yeah. Well,
That's
and I wouldn't doubt it, because he's nephew to Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi's father was in the gang, dealing with heroin. True story.
Yeah. Really? True story.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know that. That's crazy. And her husband got hit somebody and beat him to death or hit him with the hammer.
Yeah.
Right?
What was that? Paul Pelosi, I don't know. Called the cops.
Somebody broke
There's
in.
more evidence to suggest that the guy that hit him in the hammer, they were in a romantic relationship.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I thought.
Well, the guy with the hammer is with his, tighty whities, and
yeah, like that's just random.
It was just something you don't want to see.
Yeah, he didn't come to rob your house in his
Then
Tonys,
again, it's
okay?
San Francisco,
No.
so watch out. And speaking of San Francisco, have anybody heard from Scott Wiener lately? Because he seems to be a little quiet, which scares me.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
He's busy on the Hill. No, not the Hill. He's busy up in the Senate getting tossed aside by his new bill to sidestep the Supreme Court. But
interesting.
Yeah,
that figures.
Wow.
The state is really good on that. There was a Second Amendment ruling not too long ago by the Supreme Court. Or no, I'm sorry, by the Ninth Circuit. Surprisingly, the Ninth Circuit handed California a pro-gun victory.
No way.
And Bonta in his office have repeatedly appealed to the point where Judge Benitez wrote a scathing like, "Hey, you need to stop. You're digging yourselves a hole. I'm telling you, you're denied on all accounts." And the Supreme Court issued a directive. Nope, you're right. But Bonta still refuses to pay the legal fees. It's like $1.4 million in legal fees.
Damn.
And he keeps appealing it. He refuses to pay it. Even when the Supreme Court told him, you got to pay it.
He still refused. Oh, my God.
Wow. So California is, he's digging California further and further in debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what taxpayers' money by being petulant.
And how much is California in debt again? I forget. I've lost
$5 billion. 25
How
billion.
much?
25 billion.
25 billion.
Wow.
And
A
we're gonna be in
thousand,
the hole for the next 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
1,000 million is 1
And
billion.
here's the kicker. So here's the kicker on
That's a
that.
lot of money.
We've had a reduction 0.4% in population in California,
Oh, that's right.
but
Yeah,
we've had an
correct.
increase in spending by, I believe, 30%.
Right. I heard
I'm
that
sorry.
too. Yeah.
We've had an increase in taxable revenue of 30% and an
Right.
increase in spending by 40%. You are screwing us over even when you're getting a record amount of taxable revenue,
Right.
and you're losing
Yeah.
taxpayers too. So
Wow.
Yeah.
you're losing taxpayers, you're getting more taxpayer
Mm-hmm.
money because you're raising taxes, and you're
Yeah.
spending it at triple the rate.
Yeah.
You wonder why
With
we're
a lack
in the
of
hole.
accounting. Yeah. With a total lack of accounting, right? It should be online. We should all be able to see every expenditure like right there online. We shouldn't have to pay for anything. We shouldn't have to do a public records request. It should just be there.
Well, again, the whole theme of bringing it back to the Constitution, what do we need to do? We need to
Yeah.
pass a balanced budget. When was the last time Congress passed a balanced budget? It was
Never.
under Clinton. It was under Clinton
Wow.
Was it
with
really?
Newt Gingrich as the speaker. Yes, they passed a balanced
Okay.
budget. Never since then. It's always been we're going to pass a spending resolution or a continuing resolution. We're going to keep kicking the can down the road. We're going to spend. We're going to borrow. We're going to spend and borrow.
Yeah.
This is why,
Yeah.
again, I have lambasted the Republican Party just as much as the Democrats. If you look back
Mhm.
to Jimmy Carter's administration,
Okay.
every single subsequent administration after that has spent more than the previous. So Reagan spent more than Carter, Bush spent more than Reagan, Clinton
Right.
spent more than Bush spent more than Clinton, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And I said in Jerry's show this last week, we used to have in 2012, 2014 at the RNC convention, we had a national debt counter. Look at the national
Right.
debt. It's we're going to do something about that. They did something about it.
Yep.
They made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did something. They gave themselves bailout money. They gave themselves
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy stuff.
So stepping back
I
away
have-
from it all and just taking a look from it, like, it's a bubble. We got all these, these two parties fighting
Right.
against each other, and we got these two
Right.
parties constantly trying to outspin one another.
That's
We
it.
look at all this, all the money that's going into this, and all the money that goes into campaigns, and all the time that's put into all this. We could have the
Right.
national debt paid off many times over.
I can
Right.
tell you how
Right.
we can pay off national debt in
How?
a week.
How?
You sell off federal land. We have
They
trillions
tried
and
that. Yeah.
trillions of acres of federal land. Roughly
Right.
70%, 60 to 70% of the United States is owned by the federal government, federal land. I'm
Right.
talking BLM property. I'm not
Correct.
talking
But
national forest.
Let's
I'm
put a
talking BLM
clause in there.
property.
Let's put a clause in that
If
point
you-
there.
if
Do
you
not
were to
sell it to
parcel off-
foreigners.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
100%.
Right.
It'll be sold to Americans and American corporations that want to develop and all that stuff like that. You
Yeah.
sell that land, I guarantee you can get ourselves out of debt in a heartbeat. And
Yeah,
won't
because it's
take-
prime real
won't
estate.
take
Some of it's
anything else.
really good real estate. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could totally
Yeah,
make some bank.
even if it's
now.
not, Vegas started
Yeah.
in the armpit of Nevada. It was in a desert.
The
And look
armpit.
what Vegas has become.
Right.
So you can take this land, develop it, all that stuff. It can be done. You just got to
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
Yep.
But I would love to see that happen. But the biggest thing that I want passed on a state and a federal level is every single publicly elected official shall make no more than the state minimum wage or the
Oh,
federal
that's
minimum wage.
good.
If you
Yeah.
are an elected official going to Congress from California, you should get the
Right.
federal minimum wage. Period.
Yeah.
You can get health care,
Yeah.
fine, but you get the minimum
No
wage. And you
drivers,
don't
no
get
free
paid during government
gas.
shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That would
All
save
right.
us a bundle.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's trillions of dollars across the country, or billions of dollars at
Yeah.
least across the country, in just
Yeah.
salary and fringe benefits alone.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah. I like it.
There's no reason why the governor of California should make more than the president of the United States.
Right.
True. Very true.
Oh, shoot. There's a
Mhm.
president of a college that was making like just barely under what the president of the United States was making. There's a community
Where
college.
I work at a community college. The former chancellor made $500,000 a year.
Wow.
Ooh,
How?
that's a lot.
How? That
They must
doesn't
be
make sense.
charging some serious tuition, man.
They're not.
Nope.
She's not here. She's not there anymore. She
Okay.
got let go. But
Okay.
and the new chancellor, whatever, doesn't make that much money. It's back down to, normal, whatever. And
Right.
and she's good people. I like her. But
Okay.
yeah, no, as far as like elected officials, minimum wage. Why are
Yeah.
you making
If everybody else
why
makes
is
it,
it
right?
that why is it that Dan Crenshaw can run for Congress originally with a net worth of like $150,000, $200,000, and he leaves office with a net worth of like 15, 17 million?
Doesn't
Yeah.
make
How does
sense.
that happen?
Problem.
That's some payouts right there.
Yep.
That's some backdoor
And
deals.
it sounds like some
don't know.
trading.
Work in the stock market.
Yep.
Right.
Work in the
Like I
stocks.
said, just
Like
trade.
They
Pelosi
need to
and
ban
them.
congressional trading.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they never will.
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
Politics used to be an honorable, not a profession, but an honorable calling, and it was always a part-time job. It was never a full-time
Right.
job. You got paid per diem when you were there, and then you went home to work your farm or work your law firm. That's it.
Right.
That's what it needs to go back to. Be like
Yes.
Texas. They're a part-time legislator. We need to have a part-time Congress and Senate. We shouldn't be there
Right.
all year long, and they shouldn't
Right.
be paid that much money. Sorry.
And they don't show up half the time anyway. They're never there. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Well, folks, we are out of time here, so we definitely will need to wrap it up. Matt, how can people get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you?
They can
Red
find me
state.
on Twitter or X. I'm sorry, X. I always call it Twitter.
I call
my
it
handle
Twitter
is my handle is Matt of Mystery.
Okay.
on X.
I like that. That's cute.
So I'll put that in
Very cute.
the chat as well
Mhm.
as in the show description, or leave a comment
Cute.
or something. Yeah. What was that,
Matt-
Matt?
Give me some of my
Matt
followers back. Ever
Mystery.
since I've been
I
started
like
criticizing, I've lost followers because of that.
I like that. That's cute.
Well, I was kicked off of Twitter, or otherwise known as X. I still think Jack, is it Dorsey or whatever his name is still behind the scenes running the show, because there's no
maybe.
call for me to kick off. I didn't break any rules, whatever.
Right.
You know what? I'm just like, I wrote a couple of appeals, zero response. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm logged out
Screw
of
them
everything
then.
and booey on them. Absolutely.
We have another social media we could use.
And so I mentioned Pastor Jerry's show. He's going to be off this next week, and he'll be returning. Was it on the 29th of this month? So I believe.
Yeah.
And I will be in a different location next week, so I'll be coming to you from a different place. And
Yay.
until next week, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to catch Patriots 3 on Tim Holliday TV, on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Until
Awesome.
next time, ladies and gentlemen, ciao for now.
Great to be here. Thanks a lot for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for coming.